Golden State just made a move that tells you everything about where they think they are right now. Al Horford, the guy who just won a championship with Boston, decided there was only one team worth leaving for. Not Miami, not New York, the Warriors. And if you think this is just another veteran ring chasing, you're missing what's actually happening in the Bay. Horford's been in this league 18 seasons. He's seen everything, battled everybody, and at 39 years old, he knows exactly what matters. When he spoke about joining the Warriors, he didn't talk about the weather or the franchise history. He talked about one specific thing: not having to chase Steph Curry around screens anymore. Think about that for a second. You've spent years getting cooked by someone, watching him relocate faster than you can breathe, and suddenly you're on his side. Horford mentioned how Curry sees the game in an incredible way. That's not just respect, that's relief. He also called out Draymond Green as someone who will make the game easier for him defensively. That's a veteran who knows his own limitations and exactly how to maximize what he's got left. But here's the deeper layer. Horford specifically mentioned Jimmy Butler's second-half impact after the trade. Golden State didn't just add pieces. They added Butler mid-season and suddenly became a different animal. Horford watched that unfold and saw a team that's still hungry, still dangerous, still willing to go all in. Now, let's talk about what General Manager Mike Dunleavy said, because it's easy to gloss over, but it matters. He was straight up. The main objective is winning right now because of how good Curry, Green, and this core still are. He's not worried about getting younger just for the sake of youth. That's a GM who's seen the window and knows it's still cracked open. This isn't about rebuilding or developing the next dynasty. It's about squeezing every ounce of contention out of this era before it closes. Dunleavy added talent at different age groups, which means he's playing both sides. Win now with vets like Horford, but keep flexibility with younger pieces. That's calculated. And here's where it gets interesting. He openly said the roster could change depending on how the season unfolds. Translation: if this doesn't work, moves are coming. If it does work, they're pushing chips in even harder. Golden State isn't sitting still. Melton's situation is fascinating. He played 6 games with the Warriors last season before a season-ending injury. In those 6 games, they went 4-2, and he'd already locked down the starting shooting guard spot. Then the injury hit, and Golden State did what made sense. They traded him to Brooklyn. But here's the twist. Melton said he probably would have traded himself too. That's rare honesty. And now he's back, 9 months removed from ACL surgery, because of how well the Warriors treated him during recovery. Kerr admitted Melton won't be ready anytime soon, but the fact that they brought him back anyway shows they believe in the fit long term. This isn't a desperation move, it's a bet on a two-way guard who already proved he fits their system. When he's healthy, Golden State gets a legitimate perimeter defender who can knock down threes and make smart plays. That's exactly what they need next to Curry. The biggest domino in all of this? Jonathan Kuminga's extension contract. This is where Golden State made their clearest statement. They could have moved him in a blockbuster trade. Instead, they locked him in, which tells you they believe he's part of the solution, not the problem. But Kerr didn't sugarcoat what Kuminga needs to do. He was direct. Defend with activity, rebound, run the floor. The offense is running through Curry and Butler, period. Kuminga's role isn't about being a focal point every night. It's about being the big athletic wing they don't have anywhere else on the roster. When Curry or Butler sit, then he'll get his offensive opportunities. That's a specific limited role, and Kuminga has to accept it if he wants consistent minutes. The inconsistency he's dealt with, a lot of that's been about fit and expectations. Now the expectations are clear. Be elite defensively, capitalize in transition, and don't try to force your offense when the stars are on the floor. Dunleavy also hinted that Kuminga and others have value around the league and could be traded if needed, so the extension isn't a guarantee he's untouchable. It's a show of faith with an escape hatch still attached. Golden State is walking a tightrope. They're adding aging champions like Horford while extending a young, inconsistent talent like Kuminga. They're betting on a guard recovering from ACL surgery while keeping trade flexibility across the roster. This is high-stakes roster management, and it only works if everything clicks. The message is clear. This year matters. Not next year, not 2 years from now, right now. Curry's still elite, Butler gives them a closure they haven't had in years, and if Horford and Melton fit the way they expect, this roster has legitimate depth. But if it falls apart early, Dunleavy's already preparing for the next move. That's the reality of championship windows. You chase them until they slam shut, and Golden State is sprinting towards theirs with whatever they've got left.